show you how I built my chicken pen. I didn't think it was necessary to show you the process of building it because it's all pretty simple. I just want to show you kind of my design concept and why I did it this way. The coop itself, I actually did not build. You can buy these prefabbed and just put them together. This one was about $200. I couldn't build it any cheaper than that and it'd be the same, so for me it was easier to just go ahead and buy the prefab. Now originally it was just the coop and this little runner. And so I bought it prefab and then I retrofitted it with wheels. And I was pushing it as kind of a chicken truck through the orchard, the fruit orchard, to, you know, eat the bugs and fertilize the trees and all of that. And I'd have to move it every couple of days. And that was okay for a while, but I am so busy and I'm always on the go that it became a little bit of a burden to have to maintain that regularly. And so I thought, okay, well, I think I'll get better production and it'll be a lot easier on me if we just go ahead and build them a yard, but I'm still going to incorporate the coop and the runner, and this is why. I'll show you what I did. And of course, before I can get back, Cookie drops in and says hello. Okay, the top of this comes up. And what I did was I actually took the front of the coop off the runner, which normally there's the door that swings open on one side. So I cut the wire out of the front completely, and I took the door off and mounted it upside down so that now it swings to the inside. And I'll show you in a wider shot, but what I did when I built my yard, I divided it down the center, and I'll explain to you why I did that in a minute. And so since I mounted it upside down on the inside, I can now unlatch it. And when it's latched on this side, they can only go into this half of the yard. And then when I latch on, Cookie, move, you're ruining the shot, they can't see. Get down, get down. Okay, so then I move it to this side, and they can only latch it on that side, and it blocks off that yard, and they can only go. Alright, so my wire, again, I have my square. Actually, it's kind of a little bit off squared, but it's a little rectangular, but it's longer this way than that way. But regardless, I've got my basic pin, and then right down the center, I've got some chicken wire to divide it. I actually built the outside with dog wire because it's stronger, and we have a lot of predators here, so the chicken wire just won't suffice because there's too many wolves and coyotes and foxes and dogs and bobcats and all kinds of things that will eat your chickens. So I built it with a stronger wire, but then to divide it in half, I just put that old cheap chicken wire down the middle. So I can block off each side because they're going to come in every night to roost, and when they come in to roost, I can decide in the morning what side I want them to go into. Chickens will tear up the ground. They'll eat up the grass, which is good because that helps them to produce eggs. However, once the whole ground is eaten up, it doesn't matter how few chickens and how big a pen you've got, well, unless it's like massive and acres and only a few chickens, that basically they'll eat up all the grass, and then as soon as one little shoot comes up, they'll tear it up and it'll never come back. So like this, I can keep them on one side while the other side is growing grass, and then I can switch them to the other side and let the other side grow grass. And over the winter, I can plant wheat, and if you water it, you can get a foot tall stand of wheat in 10 days, which if you go to my video on how to grow wheatgrass inside for fodder or even for human consumption or juicing, you'll see how quickly wheatgrass grows if you put water to it. So in the winter time, they can have greens all winter long simply by keeping them out of one side or the other and deciding which side I want to let them in. Alright, and now you can kind of see what I mean by the whole yard is built, but then they have a divider. So, got happy chickens, making lots and lots of eggs, and in 2 or 3 weeks, when they've eaten all the grass down on this side, I'll turn them loose to the other side. And by then it'll be grown up pretty good, so they'll have lots to eat over there. And by the time they finish over there, I can move them back over here. Also, chicken manure is pretty hot, and it'll sterilize the ground after a while too, so doing it like this really gives the ground a chance to kind of recuperate. And of course, Cookie is going to find her way into every single shot. But simple way to get your eggs, nest boxes inside. And then I really like this design, so if you're going to build this yourself from scratch, you probably want to incorporate this. The entire floor comes out and it's metal at the bottom, so it won't rot from the acidity of the chicken manure. And it's very easy to clean. You can take the whole thing out, stand it up, shoot it off with a hose, put it back in. Keeps everything clean, sanitary, nice. Simple coop, simple concept, simple pen. There's some roosting bars in there. Chickens love it.